Here's a special message brought to you by Poplar Institute for Film and Poplar Media. To accept one's past, one's history, is not the same thing as drowning in it. It is learning how to use it. An invented past can never be used. It cracks and crumbles under the pressures of life like clay in a season of drought. James Baldwin said that. For the past 400 years in America, freedom has been a hard-fought struggle for all, but especially for the African American community. From their importation in ships, bodies stacked on top of each other, thousands of Africans not even making it to the New World because of poor conditions inside the ships. The ones who did make it, suffering inhumane and working conditions. There were times where hope seemed lost. But over the generations, African Americans rose time and time again to fight for freedom. It was freedom that kept them going and yearning for much more. It helped the African American community forward, but it pushed America forward and set in motion for the freedom of African Americans. This day is known as Juneteenth. Juneteenth has been celebrated by Americans for generations as a remembrance to a nation's history that the Black community was able to start a new chapter and leave the dark past behind. Though there is still work that needs to be done, every year, Juneteenth becomes a greater reality of why it was and still is celebrated, which is for liberty and justice for all. Juneteenth is more than the events that transpired in Galveston, Texas. It is evident of continued progress in a country that has seen its fair share of innovative advancement in its more than 244-year history. Yet alongside progress, there still remains the questions. Are we all truly equal? And are we all truly free? With the events in Brooklyn, New York at the Tops grocery store, as well as other recent racially charged events, it proves we need to continue striving and pushing for fair equity, equality, and justice. The justice, equity, and equality present in 1865 is not the justice we need in 2022. Like the advancements in our technology, equal rights under the law must resemble the times that we are living in as well. Further testament of what I have stated is from one of the founding fathers and architects of the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson once stated, "Nothing is more likely than the enumeration of powers is defective. This is the ordinary case of all human works. Let us then go on perfecting it by adding way of amendment to the Constitution those powers which time and trial show are still wanting." Thomas Jefferson to Wilson Nicholas, 1803. Furthermore, Jefferson stated, "It is more honorable to repair a wrong than it is to persist in it." That was Thomas Jefferson addressing to the Cherokee Nation in 1806. As far back as 1803 and 1806, our former president knew that change was inevitable. Lastly, I encourage you, the people, as well as other companies and nonprofit organizations to encourage yourselves as well as your collectives to actively invest, not pander, but invest your time and money in supporting and engaging in holidays and other prolific events such as Juneteenth. Because then, and only then, will this country move further into a diverse and inclusive America that we were taught made this country great. So on this Juneteenth, how would you define America? Poplar Media and Poplar Institute for Film approve this message. Thank you.